But when Byron Wien speaks, everybody, when it comes to investing, listens, including our floor show traders, guys who had your ears to the monitor on your trading floors. Teddy, you start. What do you make of what Byron has just said?
Well, I would agree with him 100% about 73, 74, because clearly I was here. The Dow in November of 74 was playing 570. We're now at 25,700 thereabouts. So as far as I'm concerned, we've been in the bull market for 44 years. And I might add, and he mentioned 1980 and 82, it took 12 years for the Dow to get through 1,000. It finally got through in 82. It then went on a 18-year tear, including the crash of 87, down 22% in one day. The market went up 10 times, including the crash of 87. So basically, you don't have to get too nervous. The 12 recessions, of which I probably have lived through 10 of them, were all in fact great, with the benefit of 20/20 hindsight, terrific buying opportunities. The problem is when they have a fire sale in Wall Street, everybody's scared to death and they're running for the exits.
Byron, I think he just tried to say he's younger than you by saying, well, I've only been through 10 recessions.
Okay.
When you look at what Teddy is saying, clearly, there is that sense that don't miss the buying opportunity.
Look, Teddy, people have been around a long time, know that when adversity strikes, look for the point where you can take advantage of it.
Larry, Larry, you're always just a slight bit more cautious. I almost see myself a little bit more like you sometimes, because I've watched the dot-com implosion. I watched the big housing bubble burst, and it was a scary time. Do you see anything on the horizon?
Well, I don't see anything on the horizon, except there are a lot of things people are worried about. But the fact is, Byron is right. It's all about earnings, and earnings support for the market has been good. The thing I am worried about, and I guess the headwind we have to worry about, is the evolving landscape of the Fed. Keep in mind, they're most likely going to raise rates in September, and for the first time since March of 2008, you're going to have the interest rates higher than the rate of inflation, or the neutral rate. So with that said, that's fraught with risk, and anything can happen.
And Phil, we just looked at the Fed funds futures, which is the betting ring for whether we'll see a rate hike, 96% for September. What do you think?
I agree. I think it's absolutely going to happen. The Fed minutes made it very clear. And I think raising interest rates could be a problem for Mr. Wien's prediction of a recession after the election. I would take exception to one thing he said. I absolutely think that Donald Trump probably is right. I think we would see a big correction in the market if the Democrats got into power and decided to go through the impeachment process. I don't think it's going to be a long-term thing. It'll be like Brexit. I think the market will really take a hit, because as much as I like Mike Pence, the vice president, he doesn't have the pizzazz to push through the type of regulations throwing away and the basically the pizzazz to push things through Congress.
But we know, Byron, that Wall Street loves gridlock, doesn't it?
Well, look, I think Wall Street loves what Donald Trump has done, and it's done. The tax cut is there. Deregulation has been implemented. I think that Mike Pence will continue Trump's political philosophy.
If it were to come to that.
Yeah.
Good to see all of you. Byron Wien, thank you. We appreciate it. And our traders, we are coming right back.